Okay, here is a little video on the RC4W CMS kit. As you can see, I have 100 millimeter shocks, and one of my biggest concern was a CMS kit that wouldn't have any issues of the length of the travel of the shocks, meaning that when I lift the truck up, it can fully extend. And that was one of my worries, but I took a chance and got the RC4W kit, and as you can see, the shocks are fully extended without any problems. And as far as travel, it can be totally compressed without any bindings or issue. And also, if you take a look, there is no bump steer. Main reason is if you take a look at the links, they're almost completely parallel to each other. The steering and the panhard rod is in perfect symmetry. What I would suggest is if you have the chance to pick up one of these variable mounting shock towers. Reason why is you need to go down just a tad so there's no issues on clearance. Meaning that when it's fully compressed, nothing is hitting the axle or anything. So basically, just one hole did the trick. Also, if you have an axle horn, servo horn, let's see if I can get a good picture of it. Here we go. That's an axle servo horn. I would suggest getting some shims. I had to put some shims in here to extend it back towards the shocks. The reason for that is if you didn't, what would happen is the panhard rod right here would hit the back of the servo horn because that servo horn is so big. Okay, so extending that back about 1 millimeter did the trick. Another thing is the third link here, right here, that connects to the axle. I had to shorten that, basically cutting a little of the plastic off of this link so the axle wouldn't be so pointed forward. Meaning you would want, looking down at the axle, you want it to be perfectly straight and not tilted forward like that. So when I shortened it, I brought it back to straight so it wouldn't mess with my steering. But other than that, I would suggest getting one of these. This is so handy. This is a variable length. This is a RC4W item. It's one of those adjustable steering links. So you can make it longer or shorter. And that really helped out with the symmetry of the panhard rod and the steering link. Other than that, everything went together without any binding issues. As far as I have read, people saying they're not getting full travel. Didn't have a single problem with the amount of travel or articulation this kit would give. As you can see, the shock is completely compressed. Let's do the other side. You can see shock is completely compressed. So there is basically full articulation without any issues.